All right. Hey, guys. It is Zaylee. I am here today, super excited to connect with all of you. Oh my gosh. Super excited. If you see me looking over here, I'm also looking into my monitor. If you are here, definitely say hello. You guys know how I do. If you're watching the replay, say hi as well, because I would love to connect with you. So, my video set is a bit different today, and I have a light like way behind me that I'm seeing in my glasses. But hey, we're about to rock out. I'm just making sure that audio is great and that everything else is great, and also hoping that there's someone on that could also let me know if you guys can hear me and all that jazz. I am excited. We have so much to cover. Today, I'm talking about things that you guys think about being a video creator that's not true. Okay, so I see Michelle in the building. Hey, Michelle. Hey, welcome. She said audio is good, so that means you guys can hear me. And I guess that means that you guys can see me as well. so excited because we have some awesome things to cover. Hey, Sandra, I'm so excited to see you. Say hi, guys. We're a family in this Facebook group, and even on my YouTube, all of my platforms. We're just family. I genuinely know so many people that met each other and got to know each other because they're part of this tribe. So definitely say hello. Don't be afraid to engage. Don't be afraid to, connect and communicate. And I'm going to be asking questions throughout this live. So if you guys answer or can answer, that would be awesome too. Hopefully, we can have some fun tonight, and let's get into some things. We're just gonna chat. I want to get to know you guys so much better, and I cannot wait. Hey, Jessie Ann, great to meet you. Introduce yourselves, guys. Don't be shy. It's so funny. On my YouTube channel, or I even feel like in my community, I'm super shy, and I say that all the time. And people are like, "Girl, bye." I'm super shy. But I feel like my community is kind of the same. Like, you guys are there, and I love it when you guys let me know, listen, Zay, we're lurking. We lurk, we look, we look and we lurk. We're here. But man, I want to meet you guys. I want to connect with you. Say hi. Say hi if you're here. Say hi to everybody else. And we're about to get into some things, right? So I'm not going to keep you guys too long. But I want to start off by just asking you to share, where are you tuning in from? Because sometimes we're all tuning in from not too far from each other. Where are you tuning in from? I would love to know. Let me know in the comments. And I'm seeing those comments as they come in. And while you're answering and letting me know where you're from, because like I said, this live is also for me to get to know more about you. We're going to get into some things. Ooh, Jessie, hey, I'm from Brooklyn too, girl. Hey. I live in Dallas now. Tisha said she's in Montgomery. I want to say Alabama. Tisha, tell me. I want to say. Sandra's from New York City. See, guys, when you guys tune in to me, or if you've worked with me, I definitely know who you are. So, of course, I know the amazing Sandra Newsom. She's from New York City. She reps from where I rep. We rep the same place. Michelle is tuning in. Ooh, from Bermuda. Whoa. Hey, Michelle, it's so great to know where you're tuning in from. Like I said, I know some of you guys from you commenting or, in the emails and all that jazz. So I definitely know Michelle's name. Dennis said, hi, tuning in from Singapore. 9 a.m. now. Wow, Dennis, welcome. We're happy to have you here. Whoa, that is so cool. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Okay. So, I saw someone else. Trina said, what's up, Zaylee? Checking in from Alabama. I love that you guys are just all over the place. So I'm about to get into opening up, and you guys can keep answering for sure or letting me know for sure. I'm just going to open up my training here so that we can get started. The next thing that I want to do is make sure that I am actually going to be able to show up inside of my slides. Let me see. Let me just make sure we're all set. I think we're good. All right. Let me get into sharing. And what I want you guys to let me know is if you see my screen. If you can see my screen, I'm going to share it right now. But before I do that, replay crew, let me know that you're here and that you watched. I want to know if you're here. You guys know how I feel about my replay crew. And like I said, this training is pretty interactive. So let me know, if you see me, right? Sorry, if you see my screen, and I'm going to hit present and head into presentation mode. Like I said, I want to get to know you guys better, so don't be, afraid or nervous. Let me know. Do you see that screen saying welcome to this live training? I am going to head into this live just to see if I can see you guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me know if you can see my screen. I want to know. Let me see. And the other thing that I want to make sure of is that everyone was able to, let me just make sure that this is, bear with me guys for 1 second, in the Facebook group. Hold on. I can actually see that. Okay. Just making sure that everyone is able to just tune in and see. What I'm gonna do right now is just exit here, just make sure that, I know you guys can still see my screen, hopefully, that you guys are able to, you guys are probably seeing everything, all the things right now, which is totally fine. Whoa, Michelle said she went live with her first online course. You're a creator now, Michelle. That is absolutely amazing. Okay, you guys can see it. Okay, perfect. Thank you guys. I just came back out to make sure that you were able to see my screen, right? So, okay, you guys can. So I'm going to hit back present and we're going to get started. All right, guys, welcome to this live training. So you guys know we'll be here today and we will be here tomorrow as well. So if you are here, definitely say hello. Like I said before, this training is going to be, it's going to break down some things that we think about or that we don't think about when we're thinking about starting our video journey. So few tips for this workshop, right? I want you guys to get the most out of it, and I want you to open up your mind. That's the first thing that I want you to do, right? So in the next 30 minutes to an hour, I don't think we'll hit an hour, but in the next 30 minutes or 45 minutes or so, I want you to think outside of the box. If you've been around me before, you guys know I think big, okay? I feel like thinking big is just essential, and sometimes we're afraid to do that. But sometimes, most times, that's what's required to get to the next level. I want you to pay attention so that you don't miss a beat. And I want you to take lots of notes, because what we talk about today is going to connect to what we talk about tomorrow, okay? So I want to make sure that you guys are thinking in that way. If you don't know who I am, hey guys, hey, I am Zaylee Barclay. I am the creator of the Start, Shoot, Grow Video Academy. I'm also a visual content creation coach. I specialize in video. I love helping entrepreneurs really stand out and make a genuine impact in the online space, right? What I really, really enjoy doing is helping you improve your visual appearance, especially when it comes to video, so that you're able to create just so much, what would I call that? Just the desire for people to want to know, like, who is this and what does this person have to offer? And that's most likely why you're here today. You met me somewhere along the way, and I'm sure that it's somehow connected to video content, right? And I'll share more about that in a bit. But what I love helping you do is to be able to improve your visual appearance or improve your presence on camera so that you are able to unlock different revenue streams and attract paid opportunities and connect with your audience on a deeper level. Right? So let me tell you, in the next 30 minutes, like I said before, I don't know why my screen is stuck. Okay. In the next 30 minutes, we'll be learning the real truth about video creators. I don't think you're going to be thinking what I'm thinking, but let's see. You're also going to learn what truly successful creators do differently. And the last thing that you're going to learn is what you need to do, especially with you being a creator. And I know that word gets thrown around a lot, but guess what? Michelle just told us that she published her first online course and that she is a creator. Okay. And I don't take that lightly. So let me tell you, I'm so excited because if you're in here, you are a creator, right? You're a creation of the creator, which is something that I love to say. So you're a creator. If you're here, you are a creator. And the one thing that you need to do to keep people coming back to you is actually what I am going to share. All right. Are you ready? Let me know if you are ready. Also, if you have any questions about video creators, I want to know in the comments, right? So I want to know, like, what do you think about video creators or people who are already creating video content consistently? I really want to know, and I'll reiterate that question. I'll get back out of our screen share, and because I really want to ask that question. Right? What do you think about video creators? What do you think about people who are creating video content? And when I say video creators, it could also mean that you're a business owner and you just understand that you should be using video content and that you're possibly using it. I'm going to look out to see if you guys are saying anything. Like, what do you think about video creators? Hey, Sonia, because I want to know, right? So I asked that question. Ooh. Sandra said she thinks they're living her dream. Yes, I love it. Jennifer said it depends on if they actually have something to say. I want to know then, Jennifer, do you have a person that you like seeing on camera? I would love to know. But I love Sandra's answer. I think they are living my dream because, girlfriend, I get it. I completely get it. Okay. So this is the thing, right? And this is what I asked this question and I got a few answers. And so here is what I got when I asked. I asked in an Instagram poll and I got, tell me yes or no. Type yes or no in the comments. People think that they are naturally confident, resourceful, and clever. Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. Do you think this about people that you see that are business owners that are on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, doing a live like I'm doing, whether they're doing webinars, whether they are creating video content for their online courses and sales pages, whether they're selling on camera? Do you think that they're naturally confident? Do you think that they're resourceful and clever? Also, do you think that they're all really smart, brave, and super creative? Yes or no? Type yes or no in the comments because I want to know how you feel. And the more that you answer, the more I'm able to really tap into how you guys are thinking, right? And you'd also think that they're probably outgoing and extroverted, meaning that as soon as the camera comes on, they light up and that they're lit up just 24/7. Like Sandra said, they're living her dream. And do you feel like they were born superstars and they always can just pick up the camera and go? Yes or no? I'm coming back to check those comments. I want to see the yes or the no because there are a few of you in here. And listen, this live, if you guys have ever been live with me, we're connected and we're really, really talking and flowing through this. So let me know your answers. Yes or no? Do you feel like this? Do you look at your phone? I know for me, like sometimes late at night, I'm in bed and I'm looking at my phone and I'm like, man, that person is super confident or I wish I can do that. Do you feel like that sometimes? I want to know. Right? So do you feel like they're all ballers, hello, or on their way to being a baller? Because, sometimes we get to tap into someone's journey in a place that, in a place where we know, like, sometimes you're looking at someone and like that person, they're it, or they've got it. I know that they're going to do well, or, I want to know. Let me know. Also, you're probably thinking they're always likely on 100,000 when it comes to energy and the way they're able to get on camera and finesse, right? Do you feel like, yes or no, they always have energy that is out of this world and that they always look amazing too? Do you feel like they're just naturally dope AF? right? Or even educated beyond belief so they flow when they get on camera with ease. Listen, you better pay attention. If you're not paying attention, I'm going to break down a few things. I'm just letting you know, right? Pay attention because what I'm about to tell you is going to blow your mind. All right, let's get to it. Here's the honest truth, right? Here is the honest truth. But before I tap into the honest truth, I want to see. I want to see what you guys are saying, right? So let me see what you guys are saying, because I gotta see the yeses and the nos. Let me see. Sonia said, Zaylee, I think they are forward thinking. And before meeting you, I wasn't, but now I am. I love that, Sonia. Let me see. Yerelis said, I hope I pronounced that correctly, right? They are very organized. And she said, I can't come up with content to post. I get it. I totally get it, girlfriend. And you're in the right place. I'm just letting you know. Let me see. Jennifer said, other than you? Wait, what do you mean, Jennifer? Let me know. What do you mean? What do you mean by other than me? Yes, I mean like people that you see on YouTube, on Instagram, wherever you see them. Silva said, I find it too complicated and intimidating to edit. Not a tech person, so I find it very scary. Ooh, Silva, I love your transparency. The cool thing is, I'm live with you and I don't have to edit this after. So there are ways to get around the overcomplication of editing. So that's one way. The other way is to find someone on Fiverr to do simple edits for you until you can, bring someone onto your team to do that for you all the time, right? It's not as difficult as we think. I promise you, because I was in your shoes before, and let me tell you. Okay. So Jessie Ann said no. Sonia said no. Sheila said no. Okay, so you guys are here. You're answering. I love it. Let me see. Jessie Ann said not all are naturally confident. I think you can grow to become those things. I love that answer, Jessie Ann. I love it. Okay, let me tell you. Okay. Michelle said no, because sometimes you can tell unless you like their story. I love it. I love that you guys are answering transparently. And Jessie Ann said something really, really, really important here. Maybe they've done their 10,000 hours, right? Silva said, thank you. Girl, yes. That Fiverr tip is going to take you a long way. Whatever you feel really... let me see, because I'll tell you something. I used to teach people how to edit and all that jazz. And then I realized that's not for everyone. It's either you find a way around what you're feeling resistance to. The only thing that you can't go around is you getting on camera. So if you have something like that stopping you, we can figure out ways to get around it. So Silva, you are in the right place. I'm telling you. All right, so we are gonna get back into our screen share here, right? Let me know if you guys can see my screen, because this thing gets kind of wonky sometimes, and I wanna make sure that I am giving you guys my all. So the honest truth is, if you've been thinking all of these things about video creators, it's gonna hurt me to burst your bubble, right? But most of you guys are on the right path, which I love. Most video creators are making money from their craft, right? Who are making money, from their craft, are more than likely introverts, have social anxiety, and love what they do, but behind the scenes. I'm the first person, let me tell you, me, that is me, total introvert. I can't even say that again. Most of my friends who are business owners, online business owners, creators, we are all introverts, more than likely. So if you're an extrovert, shout out to you. Let me know in the comments, are you an introvert or an extrovert? Because I want to know. Right? But when you see people on camera, more than likely, they're definitely introverts, but their passion and purpose keeps them moving forward. Me, let me tell you, and all of my friends, right? So they love what they do. We love what we share. We love what we do. But more than likely, we have social anxiety, which I know for sure I do. Or I'm really introverted, but showing up on camera, I know is essential for where I'm going in the future. And it brought me here to this point of you, trusting me, to share content with you. Like, look at that. You're here with me. And I'm so thankful for that. I do not take that for granted at all. So, truth time. Most of them may be shy and introverted. They might even be nervous about being on camera. They may have anxiety or even social anxiety, and they're not always confident or feeling like they have it all together. And I can speak so much to that, right? So here's the thing. Do you know what brings them joy? Helping other people through their content, right? And being able to take care of their families by doing what they love most. I want to ask you today, like, have you been wanting to help people through your content? Because we know, listen, the physical world, I like to say physical world like it's not real, but the world is, such a large place. We have Dennis tuning in from Singapore. I would have never met Dennis on the street, right? Michelle is in Bermuda. I would have never met Michelle on the street, but the internet has us interconnected in such an amazing way that we're able to sit and have a full-blown conversation in the online universe, right? So think about that. I am really passionate about helping others through my content because I know that that is the vehicle in order for me to be found by the right people. So not just by everyone and anyone. I love that I get found by the right people. So when I start feeling finicky about having a smaller audience, I remember that I have an audience that is intentional and that I have attracted over the years because I've been brave enough to put content out there and help other people, experience transformations, like life-changing transformations, right? So I want you to think about what you're doing in that way. Like, have you been looking to help other people through your content, and specifically even video content, right? I really, really want to know. I really want to know, guys. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. You guys know how we're doing. Now, what they've actually done absolutely right is they know who they're serving. So you remember just now I spoke about attracting the right people in my audience, and I'm super thankful for you guys. But these people that you're watching are super clear on their messaging, and they always put their audience before their fears. And as I'm reading that, I kind of want to edit my own slide there and say, the way that you get super clear is putting in your, Jessie Ann said it, 10,000 hours. A lot of us are looking to be perfect on camera. Listen, all of my junk is online, meaning that you can go and you can scroll back and look back years and see the person that you're seeing today was not always this person on camera. I had to put my 10,000 hours in, and I'm still putting my 10,000. Well, girl, by now I'm like, I don't know where I am now. But I've definitely put my 10,000 hours in, and it was scary. I remember when I used to go live on Periscope, I would be shaking because live and pre-recorded are two different things, right? So when you're pre-recorded, like Silva said, you can edit, right? But when you're live, there's not much editing that we can do. But look at that. I, in real time, just realized that I wanted to correct something on my slide, and all I had to do was get off and say, hey guys, little update to that slide here, right? I want to just share with you that even though the people that you are looking at, you think they're super clear on messaging, we are always figuring things out. We're always testing and trying, right? We're always looking for data to see what's going on. What are people liking? What do they like more? What do they like less? All of those things. But the key is that we are committed to the journey. I'm committed to you, and I'm committed to showing up for you. That's the thing. Right? So they really always put their audience before their fears. Have you thought about putting your audience before your fears of either getting on camera or being consistent on camera? I want to know. Let me know in the comments, and I'm coming back to read those comments. You guys see how I do. My comments are gold to me, okay? Gold. So you must, right, start honing in on your main message and being very clear about what you want to be known for and who you are speaking to. So you have to be intentional. And so a great place to start with intentionality is understanding what you want to be known for. Of course, I got to come in and put a little, a little sugar on this slide, because here's the thing. A lot of us are afraid to be known for something specific. And I want you to understand that the more specific you can get, you'll start seeing your peers, even if your peers are way bigger than you, right? You'll start seeing, oh, okay, I'm in the right place because I see people that I would like to be like amongst the topics and the things that I'm talking about and sharing. Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid to be amongst the giants, right? If you put your 10,000 hours in, you're going to be a giant in due time too. And I tell this to myself all the time, even though I already feel like I'm walking amongst those giants, right? So I just want to remind you today that you have to be very clear on what you want to be known for. And if you feel like you're not finding any content around what you want to be known for, then you gotta open up and decide to niche down a bit more. Let me know if that makes sense or if I should expand on it. Or maybe I'll share that in tomorrow's training. But you have to be intentional. That's the key, right? So here's the thing. Well, first of all, that was a double slide. We're hitting part 2 already. And I'm going to share one thing that they've done to make a difference. But before we dive into part 2, let me check in and see how you guys are doing. I love these check-ins. What do you guys feel about the check-ins? What do you feel about what you learned so far already? Let me see where you guys are. I'm about to answer some questions or just connect with you guys a little bit. Whoa, okay, let me see. All right, Sandra said, I think they've pushed past their fears because they understand the power and the necessity of being on camera. I do think they are special. Is that what you meant to say, Sandra? Let me know. I love it. I love highlighting you guys. Let me see what else. Michelle said, come on, Zaylee, you're talking about you. Michelle, do you think? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not saying, listen, I have lots of friends who are also in my exact industry, right? So not only me. Let me see. So Sheena said, it's the talking to the camera for me. I just cannot, but I realize I can do voiceovers or ambient type vlogs. I love that, Sheena. Sheena, would you mind sharing, like, why do you feel like you can't speak to the camera? Because I used to be there. I definitely used to be. I used to be so, listen, I wish I could explain to you like how fearful I was okay doing pre-recorded content, but live content for me, like my palms would be sweaty. I'd be thinking about the things that the trolls would say that they've never said. I would be thinking about the fact that I don't know it all. And oh my gosh, people are going to find out that I'm a fraud. I remember, and then I read something that Maya Angelou said. She said when she released her 14th book, she said, oh my gosh, I think it was her 14th book because I don't want to be wrong on this, but she said when she released her 14th book, or 8th book, I can't remember which one it is. She said, oh my gosh, they're finally going to find out that I'm a fraud. Now, this was so empowering for me because it meant this woman is so educated, wrote so many books, and every time she did a release, she kept thinking, oh my gosh, they're gonna find out I'm a fraud, right? So we all have those fears and feelings. So I wanna know, Sheena, I wanna know, like, why do you feel like, you don't feel like you can talk to the camera? I'd like to know. Let me see. So after you deliver a live, do you have to stare at the wall for an hour? What do you mean, Jennifer? What do you mean by that? I would love to know. You guys are funny. So I see a mixture of introverts and extroverts here, which I absolutely love. Sheila said when she's on camera, she freezes. Sheila, ooh, that's a good one. I want to ask, do you feel like you're prepared when you're getting on camera? Like you know exactly what you're going to talk about? You have a goal for the content that you're going to share? Let me know if you feel like you do or you don't, because that's really interesting. Right? Michelle said 100% introvert, but working on it. Listen, I have a whole like, I have so many thoughts about introverts. Introverts have superpowers that actually do help us get on camera. Maybe I will share that sometime, Michelle, because you don't have to work on being an introvert. You can lean on your superpowers. Nicole said, I'm an ambivert. I love that. Oh, listen, sometimes I think I'm an ambivert, but then I go out and I hang out and I get back home and I'm like so burnt out. I'm like, no, I'm an introvert. All right. So let me see. Michelle said, my goal is to help businesses with their processes to give them back, to give them time, back to work on their business so that they can hire those that are unemployed. I love the double vision there, that you're looking to help people with, Michelle. That is so cool. All right. So let's see. Ooh, Chandra said, I'm already putting in my 10,000 hours, honey. Yes, I love my people. Yes, Chandra, you're absolutely right. All right. So Michelle had a really good question. She said, do you mean 10K hours live? No, Michelle. I just mean like putting your reps in, right? Like I will get off of this live and see so many things that I could have done better, that I didn't do better, that I didn't do like I would like to. So it just means putting in that time over and over and over and deciding to get better while you're doing something rather than overthinking the thing and never putting in any hours at all. Right? Hey, Carla, it's so good to have you here. Oh my gosh. Jai said my voice is comforting. I'm going to take that, Jai. Thank you. All right. So let's get back into it. Let me know before I get back onto my slides. How are you guys feeling? Ooh, I definitely just slid back. How are you guys feeling about what you're learning so far? Sheila, I love that you shared that because that's where you have a bit of an issue there. So that's why you freeze. And I'll get into that. I'll get into it. But that's exactly why you freeze. Meaning that you can speak from heart space. And I'm speaking from heart space today, right? But there are also some things that you need to have planned before. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, guys. Let's go. Okay. Let me see if I can find my screens back. I play too much. Okay. Let me know if you can see my screen. And we're going to hit back present. You guys know I love me some Canva. Okay, so part 2, the one thing that they've done to make a complete difference. How many of you in here right now feel like you're playing it so safe? Let me know. Give me a me if you feel like you've been playing it too safe, right? So the creators that you admire the most on social media decided that they were not going to feed into themselves and the temporary feelings that they play in their minds over and over and over. And I'm telling you this from the perspective of a creator. Every time I'm putting out a video out there, I'm nervous about it. Every time I'm launching something, I'm nervous about it. Every time I'm about to hit send on an email, I'm nervous about it. But I do it anyway, right? So it doesn't matter where you are currently. And I started telling you guys that, and looky here. Meet influencer Zaylee. So let me tell you, I was an influencer, full-blown influencer, right? I loved being in the beauty space. I loved really helping people love on themselves. And I do that still, but in a different way. I help you love on yourself so that you're able to be brave enough to change the status of your income, to actually get on camera so that you're able to share your knowledge, so that you're able to build wealth. That is my goal. That is what I wake up thinking about every single day. So as an influencer, I love putting on pretty things, taking pictures, making videos, and helping women to feel amazing about themselves, right? And I loved doing that. I really, really loved doing that. But it's funny. I feel like Sandra saw these slides before because she said those people are living her dreams. But influencer Zaylee, like you can see here, she was not living her dreams, right? So I'll tell you why. There were so many things that I was absolutely doing wrong when it came to being influencer Zaylee, right? And one of the things that I was doing wrong was, all right, let's just get back into the slides. Let's just get back into it because I can explain better here. I took control of myself. That was one of the things that I was doing wrong. I had to realize that my presence was a present. Okay. I'm kidding. I took control of myself as a product, and I took control of what I wanted to be very well known for. One thing about influencer Zaylee is that income was very shaky and slidey. And for most influencers, that is so, but they don't tell you that, right? Influencing is great, but there are months you're not going to make any money. You're going to get so many no's from brands. Sometimes you're going to have to wait net 30 or net 60 or net 90 days for them to pay you, right? I wanted to take control of what I was doing. I wanted to take control of the brand that I was building. And so I shifted. So this is just my story of how I shifted. And now I run a multiple six-figure business and I love it. And I get to help people. So influencing is awesome. And I still do it, but just in a different way. Putting in those reps as an influencer helped me understand how I want to help people and, what my purpose was and how my purpose was really connected to what I do now. But I had to put those reps in. So my influencer experience, I'm not too mad at it at all, right? So I took control of what I really wanted to be well known for. And I took control of diversifying my income as a creator. Now, this was the scary part. It was time to tell my audience that I was shifting. And that was one of the most scary things that I'd ever done, because I knew that I was about to shift and that the content that I was creating, I had amassed an audience and, I didn't know how they would feel about my shift. So I knew that it was time to pivot, but I was afraid that if I did, I would lose my audience. So I started easing them into my transition, right? And so I want to take time to just share here that it's so crazy, because I was connected to an audience that was amazing. And listen, I still have people in my audience from my days of influencing, which I so appreciate. Love you guys so much. But here's the thing. Our brains are so connected to dopamine, the dopamine of the likes, the comments and all of those things, that I was actually afraid to shift into my true purpose to do what I really wanted to do, because I was afraid that my numbers would go down, that people would not like me anymore. This is where we go through that period of feeling content with what we have now, which that was great, but I was struggling on the back end to pay my bills, right? So that was great. Like the likes and the comments, that was awesome, but I had to live. And that's where the idea of the starving artist comes from. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to be a starving artist. You're already here. You're probably already creating your online course, thinking about, how you can grow your audience more, how you can get the right people into your funnels or into your webinars, or how you can market to attract the right people for your online coaching business. Whatever it is, you're in the right space, right? Because it's really about creating intentional content so that you're able to attract the right people. So I had thousands of people following me, but it was not the right audience. But in my mind, psychologically, I was afraid of losing those people. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's so crazy how we can't, sometimes what we see for ourselves seems so good. So right now, in this moment, the life of comfort that you're living seems so good that you cannot picture what it would be like for you to be on camera, dominating camera, on live, doing the damn thing every single day, and also growing your audience and supplementing your income, becoming an expert in your industry, becoming well known for what you do, becoming well respected for what you do, right? You can't even picture what that looks like because you're so comfortable with the minimum, or doing the minimum that you're probably doing right now. And I say this for every level, because I'm going to go to a whole other level and sometimes I can't see it. So I'm not saying that it's not right where you are right now. I'm saying open up. And remember, I told you at the beginning of this training, think bigger than you're thinking for yourself right now. Right? So I asked those people, I told them, that I was going to start shifting. And people were in love with my genuine personality. They were committed to being on that journey with me and seeing me evolve and grow. And since making that decision, Look, like we wouldn't be here today. Some of you have just found out about me. You've just gotten to know me. You would not be here today if I did not decide to shift. And the people that stuck, I love you so freaking much for being along this journey, along this crazy ride with me, right? So as soon as the decision to pivot was made, I was able to start growing and flowing. So some of you know me from Thinkific, right? From being on the Thinkific website, or being a Thinkific expert. Some of you know me from finding me on YouTube, finding videos of me sitting in my living room, teaching you how to build a workbook or how to, some people came from Thinking Color. You guys may have found me there. If I had not decided that I wanted to shift or what I wanted to be known for, you wouldn't be here. Some of you have met me, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's in person. You have met me and grown with me somewhere, and we're still even growing today. Right? So, and not because of my audience size, it was because of my personality and my presence, or being on camera, my on-camera presentation. That's what made the difference. So I want you to make a list of things that make you, that you feel like you could accomplish, if you push past your fear and became confident on camera. And while I want you to make a list, right, I also want you to share one thing. Share one thing in the comments, and I'm going to read them right now, that you feel that you could accomplish if you push past your fear of either being on camera or being consistent on camera, because they're two different things. And I address them both because I know what that fear feels like, right? So let me see. Let me see what you guys crack me up. Listen. Whew, okay. So who's pushing past their fears? Jessie says, I feel hopeful listening to your content. Jessie, it's even more than hopeful. I want you to feel really, really inspired to take action today, right? Yes, you feel hopeful, but I want you to know that you can do it. I am not sharing anything that I don't know about or haven't been through. I didn't, appear on the internet confident. No, right? Let me see. Who's pushing past their fears today? Sandra said, that's my challenge as well. Trying to be conversational when no one is there. Sandra, I totally get that. And guess what? If no one was in here, and you guys have seen me do that before, I always know my reason for getting on live. And to be conversational, I tap into heart space. All of you in here are a version of who I was at one point. And just that alone helps me to build conversation, because you have conversations with yourself every day and ain't nobody there. So those are the conversations that you can be having with your camera, even if no one is there. I've done countless lives with no one. There are so many times I get on live and nobody's there, and you would never be able to tell, because I'm having a party, because you are me and I am you. That's the only reason. If I didn't have experience, I couldn't come up here and talk to you guys today. So Sandra, I know that you have conversations. See, the thing is, we get on camera and we feel like we have to be someone else. We have to be an expert. When you come on camera, right, and you're able to tap into heart space and have genuine conversations, like I'm talking to you guys as if you were here in this studio with me, right? Because I know exactly your struggles and what you're going through. That's the only reason why. So it's just thinking from that space of serving and service. Anytime I'm sharing something, launching something on camera, I'm thinking about serving and service. I forget about me and my fears and the things that I don't want to do and the things that I feel like I shouldn't be doing, right? I think about how am I serving? Michelle said, heck no, I am walking on a dangerous tightrope with every project. I love that, Michelle. I love that. I love that. I love that. Sheena said, I'm coming from the influencer space too. I haven't been full-time in years because of burnout and unfulfillment. Sheena, let's talk, girlfriend, because that's what I was going through as well. Right? And if I'm not mistaken, I think we met on that influencer journey, right? So I feel like when I started going through burnout and unfulfillment, I realized that I was not doing what I should have been doing or what I was called to do, right? That was definitely it for me. Like I was doing what I felt like would be great, but it wasn't, there was no fulfillment in what I was doing. And that's where I had to shift. Let me see. Jennifer said, stop yelling. Jennifer, is my microphone too loud? I mean, let me see. Sheena said, oh, Sheena's coming through with the gems. I built my following on what was popular at the time, and now I have an audience. Engagement does not. Sheena, I hope, I don't know if I'm reading this late, but I really hope that what I shared with you just now, because if you look at my Instagram now, I left all of what I was doing behind, and I still have the same Instagram, right? So I still have the same Instagram, but I left it behind. And I love that you shared that your engagement does not, don't be afraid to start over. Oh, my heart. Don't be afraid to start over. I feel so emotional because I feel exactly what you're saying. She said, I did a lot of playing it safe and it's just not who I am. Sheena, now is your time. Right? Lady Motivator said, I found you on Thinking Color. I love that you guys are sharing can you guys share where you found me? Like if you have not shared, I'd love to know. I love to know. Sheila said, making a ton of money and helping a ton of people if I was consistent on camera. I'm great on camera. And so guys, this is the thing, because I have people coming into the group or emailing me back and saying, well, Zaylee, I'm not afraid of being on camera. I'm consistent. Let's talk about it. Sheila, thank you so much for this, because you can be consistent. You can be afraid to get on, right? So you would have to get over that fear, right? You would have to really tap in and realize or understand why you're not. The second thing is you can start and you can get on, but you're not consistent. Right? You're not consistent at all. And the third thing, so if you guys know, my framework is the start, shoot, grow framework, where your starters, they're just afraid to start. They haven't started yet. My shooters are shooting, they're creating content, they're on camera, but they're not creating an income from that content at all. They don't understand. There's no engagement, there's no income. They're doing it, but they're on a treadmill. Like they're on that wheel and they don't know what to do next. And they start feeling burnout because they start feeling like nobody's coming, nothing. Right? And so that's what I help you figure out. Like, okay, so I can see why no one is listening to what you're saying, because you're not speaking to anyone. That's the thing, right? And then my growers have connected their income to their content, and they're, just figuring it out, moving through and starting to understand, how do I diversify my income streams? How do I really start connecting with people? How do I start building my business in a way where I'm consistent and everything that I create is intentional because it's serving? You guys know how I feel about impact, and it's creating a stable income, right? So I totally get it, Sheila. And you can help thousands of people. You just got to get consistent. Right? Let me see. Sheila said, I'm inspired and I'm going to do a live, but I'm going to prepare first. Sheila, who is your audience? Share who is your audience with us. I would like to know, like, who are you specifically speaking to? Jessie said, I feel if I show up on video, my audience will see and experience my passion for what I do. And I want to ask you something, Jessie. You're on here. You're on this live tonight. Do you see passion for me? Do you see that I'm passionate? Or do you feel like, I'm not sure how Zaylee feels tonight? Let me know, because if that's what you're seeing, you are capable. You're fully capable of just not being inspired, but being excited enough to take action, or not even excited, because sometimes I'm not excited to get on camera, but you have to take action. Michelle said, this conversation is empowering. I appear in a bubble in my course, but next step is to be full-blown video. Sorry, guys. Ooh, I hope you didn't hear that. I get excited. I'm sorry. And that is pushing through my fears. Michelle, if you have not looked at Kaniqua's interview of how she started creating video content in 2020 after just experiencing my content on YouTube, she learned so much. She did our camera confidence class 2 years ago. And I love that you shared that, because Kaniqua was in a bubble as well. She was first in a bubble, and then she's on camera now. and she kills it every single time. So I love that you created that milestone for yourself. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me see. Eurlis said she met me on Thinkific or through Thinkific. I love my Thinkific people. I love being a brand partner to Thinkific. I love being one of their experts. And Thinkific, my whole Thinkific situation came from a video. It's about video content, guys. I have a partnership that is annual with Thinkific right now because of video content, right? And just being myself. So I'm just sharing that with you guys. Shannon said she found me on Think in Color. I love it. I love it. I love it. So many people found me on Thinkific. And Dr. Rocks, yes, you joined at the right time. I hope you're still here. Okay. So Sheena said, I'm going to have to start over. I'm going to go back to what you said because I think I was in the kitchen with the kids when my first comment popped up on the screen. Yes, Sheena, go back because I spoke to you from my heart. And I really, really feel like there's so much for you there if you decide to take action, right? Chandra said, I'm pushing past my fear of being consistent. I need to plan my content. Yes. Schedule. Yes. And follow up. I'm starting over on IG. I found you on Thinkific. Hey, Chandra, you've been here for a while. I'm so excited to have you here again. And I get it. You're on the right path. You're on the right path. Dennis. Dennis said, I found you on many places. Dennis said, I found you on YouTube. It never ceases to amaze me. Even though I'm putting out content on YouTube, when I find people on YouTube or when people say they found me on YouTube, I'm like, wait, what? Dennis, I'm so happy to have you here. Dennis said he found me on YouTube and Thinkific and would like to be like you. Speak fearlessly in front of the camera. Dennis, I would love to learn more about you. I hope you're in our Facebook group. I think you are because I think I accepted your request. So great to meet you. I cannot wait to learn more about you, and you can do it because let me tell you, this was not me a few years ago. Okay, so Sheena said I had to go through some things financial to take me away from influencing. Guys, Sheena, thank you. Sheena, thank you for sharing so transparently on this live because yes, like, ooh, I have goosebumps. Yes. Okay. And I went through it too, for sure. Jesse said, I saw the Thinkific ad on Facebook, but didn't know it was you until Glow shared a photo of you. Glow is, that's my best friend. And she said, Glow shared a photo of me and then I found your page. Jesse, so good to have you here. So good to have you here. Listen, okay, so Peggy said, I'm not consistent, therefore no income, 40 years. Peggy, let's talk. See, I have not even finished my slides, but you guys are coming through. Peggy said, I'm not consistent, therefore no income, 40 years of experience, but now how do I build my business? Healing from emotional pain. Peggy, 40 years. Let me tell you, can I tell you, my people are extremely educated, sometimes overeducated for what they would like to build a business based on. That's the first thing. My people are so smart. They're so genius that sometimes their genius keeps them back. My people don't necessarily love how they appear visually. My people overthink. I know my audience to a T. They overthink at times, right? They're thinking too many things. They're thinking that they're not good enough. They don't look good enough. Who else is doing it the way they're doing it? I want to do it like her, the girl that's been doing it for 10 years. So she's put in her 10,000 hours. None of those things are relevant. You shouldn't be thinking of any of those things. And you deserve to be very well paid for your 40 years of experience through your own expertise and not what anyone else can give to you. So Peggy, you're in the right place. And I hope you took that. Right? Dennis said I'm introverted and one of my greatest fears is procrastination. I get it, Dennis. Procrastination comes from you actually being afraid of what you're doing or what you're going to do. We gotta really make the decision to learn along the way. learn along the way. You learn your audience along the way. You'll build your audience along the way. You'll pivot, you'll shift, but you won't know until you start putting yourself out there. You guys are being so transparent, and I appreciate it so much. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Danielle said, you know what? Danielle, is it entrepreneurs? Danielle, I love it. I probably said that wrong, but she said, I found you via Thinkific and fell in love with your YouTube channel and style. So good to have you here, Danielle. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Okay, who has a PhD in overthinking? Jennifer. Jennifer says she has all of my people do, including me. Here I am. Okay, so let's get back into it, guys. I want to finish up this presentation for you because there's just so much juice in here that we have to get in order to be ready for tomorrow. But I love that you guys shared. And if you have not shared just yet, definitely make your list. So if you're shy, because I know that there are people that aren't in here but not commenting because you're shy or you're overthinking your answers. I'm one of those people. Sometimes I know what I want to say, and then I see somebody else give the right answer or say the right answer, and I'm like, man, that's what I was thinking or saying. So don't feel shy to share. But if you are too shy to share, make your list of things that you feel like you can accomplish if you pushed past your fears and became confident on camera. Dennis, I want to know. So Dennis, if you can share, like, what do you feel like you could accomplish if you became confident on camera? I definitely love to know. So listen, people will come back for your personality every single time. So there are people in here that found me before I decided to really double down on who the heck I wanted to be, and before I started showing up in that way. And Sheena is one, and she's here, right? Sheena, I'm not sure where in my journey you found me, but we've been on social forever, right? And so that's why I'm asking you to decide that you're going to shift, because I know that you can, but people will come back. There's something about, about us all that we're like, oh, that's interesting. And most likely it's relatability, right? Relatability is like, we're in here. We are here because you guys are looking to build an online business. You're thinking about video content. You're probably building an online course. There's something relatable. And that's the reason why you're here in this group. That's why you're here on this video. There's something that we are like totally seeing eye to eye on. And I just want for you to realize that that's what video content does, right? That's one of the biggest things. And so within that relatability and your personality, what will happen is people will build a relationship with you and follow you throughout your entire journey. No matter what you do and how you pivot, they will be tuned in and ready to support. And I want you to believe, because a lot of times we don't believe that people will support us. I really want you to believe that people will support you on whatever journey you are on. Even sometimes we're scarred because family and friends don't support us. I'll tell you something. Sometimes the people that you don't know that you attract along the way online will support you more than the people that are around you all of the time. But what I want you to know is that people will support you. Put yourself out there. And so they support you because you're putting something that's helpful for them out there as well. Hopefully this presentation was helpful to someone out there as well. So in using video content, I learned how to handle myself as a product on camera to increase attraction, conversion, partnerships, and so much more, guys. Like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, is this really my life? Whoa. So I want you to think about who your favorite celebrity is. And I want you to think about if they're still doing what they started off doing. And this is where we can kind of start seeing like, where I was telling you that I felt so comfortable as an influencer with likes and comments being my currency that that I could not see the other side. Like I couldn't see this version of myself that I live in right now, meaning I couldn't see me being a consultant to huge companies. I couldn't see me being a coach to people and actually helping them push through and really monetize by being on camera. I couldn't see any of this. And I was like, well, I'll keep these people with me and just share things that I don't really care to share because for me, it's not deep enough or creating a shift enough, but I'll just do it because it's what I see, right? You have to know that even your favorite celebrity, your favorite influencer, your favorite person, your favorite business, your favorite coach, whoever it is, they did not start where they are now. They started somewhere else. So I want you to share with me, like, who's your favorite celebrity and where did they start? Like, are they still, obviously they're not, but where did they start? Because I know that I love stories. So I want to know, like, from you, right? What do you feel like? Just like, are they still doing, or what were they doing, right? Before all of that happened. And so even in speaking about the changes, because now I see a trend of lots of people who've been influencing for years and have grown audiences of hundreds of thousands are now shifting because they realize that they want to create their own income. Right? You do not need permission to dominate any lane that you would like to be in, but what you do need is for people to trust you. So let's talk about it. So influencers, even like, let's say Jackie Aina, she now has her own lane she's now building her own business. She doesn't only want to depend on sponsorships or, working with someone else or promoting their product. She released her own amazing line of candles, right? We have so many people in the online space that are now really tapping into their own talents and shifting from, having to do something else that they don't really like anymore. The whole industry is shifting and you are on the forefront of that shift as well. Lots of times we're scared because we feel the bigger people are going to eat up everything, and that is the furthest thing from the truth, right? Furthest thing from the truth. But the reason why they're realizing their power and the fact that they're able to shift is because they're realizing that they have the audience, right? So I just want you to understand that you have to start having people trust you in order for them to pay you, right? So listen, this isn't only for me. We have a unique personality. We all have a unique personality, whether you believe it to be true or not. We all have experiences in life that are completely unique. We all have things to do or go through that is completely relatable to someone else. Funny that I'm sharing my influencer story and Sheena's on here saying the exact same thing. Right? So I want to ask you, how are you currently creating trust in your brand or business? You're probably sitting here and thinking about your dream brand or business, but you haven't been creating that trust with your audience. You haven't been attracting people in order for them to trust you. You haven't been consistent, but you're expecting people to buy into your products and services, right? So it's kind of like if Walmart was closed, like, let's say 200 days out the year, would you trust that company to give them your money? Right? Meaning that you're not seeing them, you're not hearing from them, and they open up when they feel like. That's what you're doing with your audience. You're confusing your audience because you're not showing up at all, but you want people to buy from you, or you're not showing up consistently, but you want people to buy from you, right? So you gotta pick a side, right? You can create a presence to pull people in the online space by getting on camera. I'm guaranteeing that you can. Listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed this training. You just learned the real truth about video creators. Some of you knew it already, and I love that some of you are already doing the work. You learned what successful creators do differently, and you learned the one thing that you need to do to keep people coming back to you. So I'll be sharing more about what this includes and how you're able to do it tomorrow when we go live again. Are you coming? Are you coming to see the evolution of influencer Zaylee? I'm kidding. But let me know in the comments if you're coming tomorrow. I genuinely want to know if you are. Let me see the comments. Let me head back into the comments. And before I even head out, I want to make sure to share with you and to let you know, you probably know already because I've been emailing you because I want to help you change your life, that the camera confidence class is currently open. This is going to be an intimate session. If there is any way that you feel like I want to work with Zaylee, this is the best time and the best price, because you guys know I don't play with pricing. So because I'm doing this that in the coming weeks, I really wanted to reduce that price, so I'm able to work with you guys. This is the last time that it's going to be $597. You will have an intimate connection with me because you're going to be working with me for 4 weeks after this. So our live class is for 2 days, and then if there's anything else you want to ask, you can definitely ask me. So I wanted to make sure to share with you guys to let you know that it is opened. And listen, this is not the price I usually charge. I know there are people in here that have worked with me before that are looking at this page like, listen, y'all better hurry up, because we are closing this pricing and this program tomorrow at 11:59. So I just want to make sure and let you guys know what's going on. Obviously, you'll see some amazing people that took the class before. And also, as you scroll through the page, people that I have worked with. Now, it's a 2-day live masterclass. On day 1, we're covering on-camera foundation. We are also covering video strategy and planning. Guys, if you have to do this with me one-to-one, a VIP day starts at $5,000, right? But you're going to be in an intimate setting. It's not going to be a lot of people because I really want to serve you. Now, in day 1, we are going to go through shifting your mindset for video content creation. So if you feel like you're in a shifty place, I just want to share that we will be working on your new ideas and new content. So if you feel like you're transitioning from one place to another and you want to really nail down that messaging and understand so when you walk away, you'll be walking away with videos that you can actually start creating for your new audience or for your current audience, but 90 days of content, right? That you're able to walk away and start actually creating. So you'll be also developing your on-camera persona, right? You guys think, I'm so confident on camera. I'm going to break down exactly what that is or how that is. If you have questions about this class, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. I will answer as well. Or don't be afraid to email us, because I know sometimes you guys are nervous about sharing your questions in the comments. We've been answering questions inside our emails as well. Now, the next thing is part 2. We'll be sharing how you can share your superpower on camera. It's deeply connected to the thing that you're most afraid of right now. And also crafting your on-camera appearance, what to wear, how to show up, special things that you can add to your content that are like just a taste of you, things that I wish somebody told me before, right? And part 3 of day 1 is going to be planning the next 90 days of your content. So we're going to work based on who your ideal subscriber, ideal customer, whoever that is. We're going to work on content based on that person. Day 2, you'll have a recording and tech day. And listen to me, this is one of my favorite parts as well, but we'll be covering long form content and short form content. So we'll be covering if you have to use a camera or using a phone to do your videos as well. You have everything you need except all of this. Meaning you have your phone, you probably have a camera, but you're not creating. If you have a phone and you're on this live and you're not creating, honey, let me tell you, you are holding yourself back. Also, we'll be covering creating your simple signature video set to get you started so that you can improve as you go along. We saw Kaniqua share about that yesterday as well. Or today you might have seen Sydney's video and seen like how Sydney has, listen, if you go back to Sydney's YouTube channel, you'll see how she improved as well. Look at Sydney. Look at this, guys. Like, she is so amazing. Look at the quality of this content. She filmed herself, right? But definitely started, with tips from the camera confidence class, I think in 2020, and had then went on to work with me one-to-one. So listen, I'm telling you, and the way that Sydney's built her business is just, I'm always in awe of what she's accomplishing and what she's doing. And working with her really in depth has been such a pleasure. Now, part 3, you're also, and you guys can head over to cameraconfidenceclass.com, and you can look at all of this for yourself. You can take your time and make your decision. This is not pressure. This is just me sharing my offer with you guys, right? And then part 3 is your video content recording workflow. We're going to go deep into that. And like I said before, you will also have all of my templates, all of my video scripts, all of the things that you're nervous about, like, how to structure your video, what to say when you go live and you don't know what to say. Yes, I will also be teaching you how to create your content and share from your heart space and heart center. I'm going to be covering so much with you guys. And you can definitely go in depth. Head over to cameraconfidenceclass.com. You're able to see everything that you will get. And of course, our super bonus is that you'll have 4 weeks of additional support with me. I still can't believe I'm putting this here, but I want to see you win. I'm really looking for results, right? So if you feel like, listen, Zaylee, I've taken every class, every this, every that, I totally get it. Here's what's different. We're going to be working. So this, yes, you will be able to go back and review what's in the class, but we are going to be working together. So I have it set for 3 hours each day because we're doing working sessions, meaning that you're walking away with that accountability, with the understanding of what you're doing. You're walking away with clarity. I'm not just giving you a bunch of things that you can go on your own and look at. So that's the difference. That's why I'm doing this as a class, an intimate setting, an intimate class, rather than doing it, by just uploading all of that evergreen content and telling you, buy this class for this price and go look at it. No, I really want to see you win. And so that's why I've added those 4 weeks of support. And at that price, listen, I was having a conversation with my partner this morning and I'm like, I'm losing on this class, genuinely, meaning the time that I'm putting in is not what it exceeds what I'm making, right? But I want to see you guys win. And so that's the reason why I'm doing it in that way, of those 2 days of live classes and then that support. And let me tell you something, it's up to you. Anyone that has worked with me before knows that if you're in it, I'm in it with you, right? If you care and you want to move forward, I am in it with you. I love people like that. That lights me up. So if you have any questions at all, definitely feel free to leave them in the comments. But I wanted to share the Camera Confidence class with you. It is closing tomorrow. So definitely just letting you guys know. Sheena said my whole life had to get turned upside down for me to get back to my core values. I love that you shared that, Sheena. Sheena, I'm so inspired by you sharing tonight. Whew, that is so powerful. Jai said more videos. Jai, are you creating videos just yet? Are you doing it yet? Are you still afraid? Let me know. Sandra, I used to do this. Sandra, this is a good one. I used to do this. Sandra said, maybe I need to put a mirror behind my camera because I'm definitely in this house talking to myself on the regular, Sandra. Full-blown conversations. Because I know for me, listen, I talk to myself too much. Full-blown conversations, okay? Like in-depth conversations. Let me see. Danielle said, I'm pivoting too. So many of you are pivoting and shifting. And it's so beautiful because you're finding yourself. And the way that I teach, even when you pivot, you're going to be able to go back and use the same frameworks and systems that I teach in order for you to really finalize your new direction or the people that you're speaking to now, right? Let me see. Danielle said, I'm stepping outside the box with my brand and business. I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Listen, you guys have me so excited. Marcy said, confidence stops her. Techie stuff and content. What to share after 20 years of honing it. What did I tell y'all? When y'all come on with these years, I am like, oh my gosh, what's too much and what are things that they don't need at this level compared to my face-to-face business? Marcy, this is really good. I love that you're sharing this, and this is something that we are definitely going to dissect inside of the Camera Confidence class. I get it. I get it. I totally get it. Which is why or how I was able to create Start, Shoot, Grow, because people at different stages in my customer journey need different things, right? So it's really so good to understand what you're sharing here. Let me see. Sheena said it was for IG or YouTube. I've seen your. It was IG or YouTube. I've seen your beautiful face all over the internet. Sheena, I appreciate you so much. Marcy said, found you on YouTube and then Thinkific. Yes, yes, yes. And Sheena is right. It's been about 5 years now. Isn't that crazy? Like, okay, so Sheena, you're saying that it's been about 5 years now. And honestly, that is exactly when my life completely started shifting to the point where I would wake up and be like, is this really my life? Am I dreaming? Somebody pinch me. Pinch me, please. Pinch me. Right? Dennis said, if I can overcome my fear in front of video, I think my community would grow and then my income would hopefully increase. Fear of tongue-tied, speaking nonsense in front of the camera, and thus procrastinating. Dennis, here's what I love. I love that you completely dissected it all. Like, you know why you're procrastinating, because you're nervous. And it's so funny because I see myself so much in what you're sharing here. Definitely, right? And I'm here to tell you that all of the things that you're telling yourself are not true. And if you start creating your content in the right way, where you know what you're talking about, you're intentional, you set a goal for it, and you step over into service mindset, into the service mindset, listen, none of the things that you're afraid about are gonna happen at all. And for me, like, I probably get 5 comments a year. Out of 365 days, I probably get 5 comments and I'm like, girl, what you talking about? Where I'm like, no, that's like, I probably get 5 troll comments a year. So even when you do, I think people even love seeing the journey, right? People love experiencing, seeing us grow and change and shift. So I want to encourage you, Dennis. You can. Marcy said, funny thing, I coach on confidence, but camera is a whole other game. Yes, Marcy, I agree. I definitely agree. It's a whole other ball game. It's completely different from just coaching on general confidence. So, whew. Lisa Nichols is your celebrity. I love it. Well, we all know Lisa's story. Lisa has a really good story. And so we know that Lisa's story is she definitely was not who she is and how she flows today on camera, right? So I love that you shared Lisa Nichols. Jesse shared Tracy Ellis Ross. She started as a model. You know what's the beautiful thing about Tracy's journey? Tracy started as a model, is now an actress, is comfortable in that zone, but is so nervous about singing. So it shows you that our journeys are so like multidimensional. Like, even though she's confident acting and acting on a TV screen where she reaches millions of people, she's still afraid to sing. Right. And so it just shows you like the progression. You'll always be afraid, but what if you didn't do anything at all? Right. Sheena said, I love what Raven Elise is doing. I've been watching her since she's in college. So recently I was watching a video on like someone, I think her name was Queen Choma. And she was sharing about the shifts in the beauty space and why some people didn't make it and why some people made it. And her video was so juicy. But what I loved is that she really went in depth on why things changed. The industry changed. Trends, and what she shared was Raven understood how to navigate using who she was and her personality, which is exactly what I'm sharing here. Some people are so stuck on what they got famous for while it was a trend that they can't understand like how to shift or pivot. And that is a true skill. Right? Tabitha Brown's story is amazing too. Sheena, I have a full-blown story on Tabitha Brown on my YouTube channel. And Tabitha's journey started with what? Video content. Right? Get in front of the camera. Tabitha went viral. I dissected her whole the TikTok video that made her viral, but then she had a video before that actually went viral before this big like boom of Tabitha Now. She had a video before. Listen, whew. Peggy said she wants to post 2-3 times per week and create videos and go live. Peggy, I love that. And inside of the camera confidence class, I'm breaking down how you're able to do all of that without the burnout, because I know what that burnout feels like. Right? How do I get people to view my YouTube videos? I'm covering that too. You have to know who you want to attract. You have to be very clear on that. YouTube is not about jumping on and saying what you feel like saying. It looks like that. Ooh, guys, you hear my chair creaking. It looks like that, but that's not what YouTube is about. So I just want you to really understand that. Like, we think that YouTube is about picking up your phone and jumping on camera, but it's very different. And so for me, I use YouTube as my main long form content. And I'll tell you, because I shared this on a training the other day, the videos of mine that have the least views are the videos that convert the best. Meaning that I'm speaking directly to my ideal customer or client, and they're inclined to either work with me or enroll in one of my products, or I usually say products and services together, but yes, right? So just letting you guys know that. Okay, guys. So just want to remind you that class is closing tomorrow. I don't want you guys to miss it. We will be live again here tomorrow, though. Listen, what I'm going to share tomorrow is going to blow your mind. So for all of the people who really are trying to understand if video is for you and how, and the things that you actually need to do. So tomorrow I'm sharing 5 C's. I'm sharing 5 things that's going to shift your entire perspective on what you've been doing and how you've been showing up. You do not want to miss that. Chantel said, what if you want to learn to do a whiteboard drawing content where you doodle? Chantel, I have a video in my Facebook group that I walk you through Doodly in my Facebook group. So if you're in here, you can definitely search Doodle and you will see it. Let me see. Jennifer said, I can overthink and rock a tangent. I need notes to stick to them. I totally get it. I'll be showing you guys exactly how I script so that I remember what I'm going to say. Michelle said, when you're transparent with your audience, I think they will be more forgiving, or at least I hope. I want to believe this. You're absolutely right. Look at the other day when I realized that I could not do my training, and I emailed you guys and said, well, this is embarrassing. And it was, but the love that I got from you guys, and you guys still showed up on Monday, like, yes, your people will still love you, right? They will love you. They will grow with you. And if they're not willing to, maybe that's not the right audience for you. And that's okay too, right? All right, guys. So let me know. Give me a yes if you're going to be here tomorrow for tomorrow's mini workshop. I had so much fun with you guys tonight. Whenever I do these, I'm like, oh, I genuinely love my people. So excited to have you guys here tonight. And I can't thank you enough. So Chantel said, yes. Let me see. Who else is coming tomorrow? Because I want to connect with you guys tomorrow too. I know I'm looking back and forth from screen to camera, so forgive me. But I want to know if you're going to be here tomorrow for tomorrow's mini workshop. Tanya said, yes, girlfriend. Yes. I think I have a delay on how I'm seeing things too, but I am so happy, would be so thankful if you guys do come through tomorrow. Michelle said she's coming. I'll be happy to have you there, Michelle. I know tomorrow is Friday. Is it Lisa or Lucia? I like this name. Great info. Appreciate your presentation. So happy to have you here, Miss Thompson. I like trying not to butcher names. Okay, so you guys are coming through. That is really, really good to know. Super excited to connect with you tomorrow. And please don't forget, you don't want to not get into our camera confidence class. I would love to have you here. Like I said before, really intimate setting. If you want to work with me, this is one of the best ways to work with me right now. And it's only $597. And you get those 2 full days of class with me. Plus, you also get 4 weeks of Q&A support. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.